Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday. No Talk Money with Tom show today, but I'm still going to try to do a quick little summary for what I saw happening this week. There was quite a few interesting things happening, actually. Today, the market was up 0.7%, which was a good thing. However, there was significant things that happened this week. On Wednesday, when you look at the hourly chart, which we've been looking at here for the last couple of months, just kind of tracking along, when you're in the primary uptrend, the lows are always higher. So it comes back down, but it doesn't come as low as the previous low. And on Wednesday, that didn't happen. Actually, the low came below the previous low. And so the direction has changed to the downside. And now when it's in the downside, we're actually looking at the highs. And so what we want to see to break that trend is a high that's higher than the previous high. So today we had a nice run, but we didn't get back to the previous high. So we're still in that kind of downtrend mode. Could just be kind of a sideways motion or what have you. We did have a nice run there for a while. And most of this was really caused by what was happening with inflation again. Because if you looked at earnings, NVIDIA had a fantastic report on Thursday. I'm sorry, on Wednesday night, and basically had a big jump on Thursday, even though the market was down quite a bit on Thursday. So that particular company and all of these tech companies that are reporting have really done a great job, actually. Things are doing quite well there. However, the Federal Reserve minutes came out on Tuesday, and in the minutes, a lot of the Fed governors were really talking about their big concerns about inflation kind of resurging. A few of the Fed governors were talking about, possibility of raising interest rates. So it's kind of the first time we've heard the raising interest rate picture come up here. And I'm not super surprised that they were talking about it. They voted unanimously to keep the, rates unchanged. And it's really been about a year since we probably heard, them talking about raising rates. But that unnerved the market a little bit. And then on Wednesday, we ended up with an economic report that was a lot better than expected. Matter of fact, the best we've had in the last 2 years. And interestingly enough, it was not only good in services, which has been really hot for quite some time, it was also starting to see some pop in the manufacturing sector. And so we saw first time unemployment claims also come in lower than expected. All of these things are good things in a regular economy because you have this situation where, you're trying to avoid recessions. That's what we usually deal with. We haven't had higher inflation for quite some time. But an inflationary environment where the market is kind of expecting, rates to maybe come down at least one time this year, when you start to get more and more evidence that that might not be happening, the market has to readjust to that. So I think that's what we're seeing here. We saw that same thing happen in April. April was combined with the Israel and Hamas situation, also, and Iran's, salvos into Israel, et cetera. So ended up with a 5% downturn. Maybe we don't get that much here. We'll see what happens. But, certainly the market is trying to digest this and figure out what to do with it. And so that's kind of the overall theme of the week, in my opinion. Earnings are good. A recession is pretty far away. Inflation is a little bit, potentially hotter. At least some of the things that could create hotter inflation are there. And, the market's kind of trying to digest that and figure that out, having already had quite a good run for this month to get back to new all-time highs. So nothing really wrong with that. The overall trend in the market is still definitely up. When I talk about the hourly chart, we're looking at kind of the shorter term trends. We still pay attention to those also because sometimes they can be early warning signals. But so far, the overall trend is very strong. So look forward to being able to talk to you again on Tuesday, and everybody enjoy your 3-day weekend. Thank you very much.